All right, here is tonight's homework for Wednesday, August the 31st. We're still doing decimal word problems. Same directions from this week. We're still rounding to the nearest hundredths place if we need to. And we still have 6 word problems. So the first problem says Ellen wanted to buy the following items: a DVD player for $49.95, a DVD holder for $19.95, and a personal stereo for $21.95. Does Ellen have enough money to buy all 3 items if she has $90? So, in order to determine if she has enough, we need to know what is our total cost for all 3 of these items. So, what do we need to do in order to find the entire cost? You're right, we need to add them. We have to add them together. So, because they're decimals, I'm sorry, guys, this thing is like auto-focusing lock. There it goes. All right, might be a little blurry, but maybe it'll quit moving on us. Because they are decimals, you still have to line all your decimals up, fill in your numbers, and then you can just add those together. Don't forget your money sign because that's your label as well. Okay, so I'm going to have you plug in the numbers, and then this number, if this number is less than 90, then yes, she has enough. But if this number is bigger than 90, does she have enough? And so I want you to tell me yes, she has enough, or no, she has enough, doesn't have enough. Okay? Number 2, Melissa purchased $39.46 in groceries at a store. The cashier gave her $1.46 in change from a $50 bill. How much change should the cashier have given Melissa? So this is how much the cashier gave her, but should she have given her more than this? So we've done several problems like these in class so far. So if this was her total and she paid with a 50, this is like our warm up for today, then this needs to be taken. We need to subtract these two. So you need to take away 50 minus 39.46. Now remember, 50 has a decimal in it. We just may not see it. And to keep it $50, that decimal is going to have to go back there at the very end. We're probably going to have to plug in some zeros. So you're going to need to subtract to figure out what's the difference, to figure out the change amount, and to figure out what it should have been. This is what she got, but I have a feeling that's not the correct answer. So we want to figure out how much change she should get back by subtracting. Okay. Number 3, if a 10-foot piece of electric tape was 5 pieces that are each 1 25/100 feet cut from it, what is the new length of the tape? All right, I need to go back and reread that one. If a 10-foot piece of electric tape has 5 pieces that are this long cut from it, what is the new length of the tape? So I might need to draw a picture because this kind of sounds a little weird. So it says I have a 10-foot piece of tape. So 10 foot, this is my tape. Okay. I'm going to cut the electric pieces 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each time I cut it was 1.25 or 1 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We want to know how much is long as that piece right there. So in order to figure out how long this piece is, we need to figure out what the total length here is. And so we have a couple options like we've been having. It's repeated addition. Okay, so we can either add all those up or we can multiply it by 5. Okay, and so once you multiply that and you get your answer, that's how much this piece will be right here. So if the whole thing is 10 and we know how long this piece is, we need to find the difference from here to here. And to find the difference, we're going to have to subtract. So we're going to take this answer right here and we're going to subtract it from 10. So you're going to have 10 feet. Because you're dealing with decimals, you're probably going to need a decimal mark here. Then you're going to subtract. So you're going to plug this answer in here and you're going to subtract, because that's how we're going to find the difference between the two. Okay, because this plus this should add up to equal 10, and so the inverse of addition is subtraction. Okay. All right, number 4. Patricia has $425.82 in her checking account. How much does she have in her account after she makes a deposit of $120.75 and a withdrawal of $185.90? So a deposit is a positive word. It means I'm putting money in the bank. So if I'm putting money in the bank, I'm getting more. A withdrawal means I'm going to the bank and I'm taking money out. So that is a subtraction, a negative. Okay. So if this was it beforehand and then it's like payday and she gets paid this much and she puts this much in the bank, okay, and then she takes this much out. If this is kind of like that temperature problem we did in our notes. So if you need to go back and look in your notes, this is like the temperature project. So you need to figure out, like, after she adds it in, how much does she have? And then if she's taking out this amount, what's going to be her final number? Okay. Number 5, the mass of a jar of sugar is 1.9 kilograms. What is the total mass of 13 of those jars? So let's pretend I have 13 jars and each one is 1.9. Okay. We're back to that repeated addition, 1.9 plus 1.9 plus 1.9 plus 1.9. So the fastest way, you could add all those up 13 times, but the fastest way is going to be to what? What did I say the repeated addition was? Multiplication. So you're going to take that 1.9 and you're going to multiply it by 13, and you're going to have to stack that up, and you're going to have to tell me how much is it going to weigh. Don't forget that auto zero too. Several of y'all forget that auto zero. Don't forget the auto zero. Okay, last one. Carpeting costs $9.99 a yard. If Jan buys 17 4/10 yards, how much will it cost her? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So carpet costs this much for 1 yard, okay? And she needs to buy this many yards. So like 1 yard is $9.99, another yard is $9.99. Okay, so each yard is $9.99. She wants to buy 17.4. So it goes back to here. Okay, we're buying 17.4 yards, so not quite a whole number. We've got a decimal in there, so we can't really do the addition process. Okay, this is like that number 1 from Monday night's homework. So if I have $9.99 for 1 and I'm buying 17.4 yards, so I need to multiply those together. You'll stack them up, you'll stack them up, and don't forget your auto zeros when you do this one as well. Okay, so if I have $9.99 times 17.4, you'll multiply, okay, and you'll need your auto zeros there. Okay, and then you'll need to go back and put your decimals because you have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. After you find those 3 decimal places, don't forget to round to the nearest hundredth. Okay? All right, so I went through and I explained to you what you need to do. I explained some vocabulary words, so it's all up to you now. Okay? If you have any questions, we'll go over it in class tomorrow. Have a good night.